once again to Twice Told Parables, the program that offers a fresh, but not essentially different, telling of the parables of Jesus. For today's installment, we are proud to present the parable of the talents, found in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 14 through 30, a parable told to encourage us to be diligent and fruitful until the Lord returns. Today's presentation features the talents of Gertrude Morton, Terrence Billingsworth, Farley Heckley, and our own Kenny Bateman. And now, the parable of the talents. Once there were two mice, one named Jasper,
Hello.
and another named Buster. And another named Buster. I said, and another named Buster?
What?
Well, it's time for us to do our skit, Buster.
Our skit?
I said, and another named Buster.
What? You woke me up for this?
Once, Jasper and Buster had a job working for Mr. P.
That's me.
Mr. P ran a chicken farm.
Wait a second. How can a mouse run a chicken farm?
It's just a story, Buster.
Mr. P? What does the P stand for anyway?
Pity, 'cause I pity the fool that doesn't live wisely.
As a boss, Mr. P was strict, but he was also fair, and he believed in hard work and doing everything to the best of the abilities God had given him and making the most of every opportunity.
I also have a short attention span, so get on with the story.
One day, Mr. P was going on a long journey, so he called Jasper and Buster into his office.
I'm about to go on a long journey.
Yeah, we heard the guy.
That means I'm gonna be gone for a long time.
Great, that means we've got some time off.
What are you talking about? You're not getting any time off. Someone's gotta keep an eye on my chickens.
Yeah, just take him with you, why don't you?
Well, he can't do that, Buster.
Why not?
Well, if he did, there wouldn't be much of a story.
That'd be fine with me. I could go back to sleep.
I'm gonna trust the two of you to watch my chickens while I'm gone.
I knew there had to be a catch here somewhere.
Throughout life, you will each have opportunities to make the most of what you've been given. So I'm going to divide my chickens between the two of you. One for Jasper and one for Buster.
Wait a second. You only have two chickens? What kind of a chicken farm only has two chickens?
Well, he is just a mouse, Buster.
Never mind that. Like I said, I'm giving each one of you a chicken. When I come back, I want to see what each of you can do with it.
Well, this is quite an honor.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I pity the fool who doesn't make the most of this opportunity.
I'll sure try my hardest.
Yeah, but what if we fail?
What?
No, not that we will, of course.
Honest failure is one thing, but whoever is lazy and wastes his opportunity is in for a good swat.
As I said, Mr. P was strict and fair, and he believed in hard work.
You could have added he was a little touchy.
And he can swat pretty good, too.
So mind what you do. I expect an accounting from each of you when I get back.
So Mr. P went on his journey. Immediately, Jasper looked for ways to use the chicken he was given. He built a chicken coop with a place for his chicken to lay eggs.
I sure hope she likes it.
Meanwhile, Buster didn't bother with that. He let his chicken sleep wherever it could find a place to settle, like on top of the engine of his Uncle Louie's car.
That's funny. I went to start my car and got an egg in my face.
Well, that's terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I hadn't had breakfast yet.
Jasper's chicken, with her new coop, started laying eggs. Jasper took some of the eggs and sold them. The rest he let the chickens set on to hatch. And before long, he had a whole brood of fluffy yellow chicks.
I'll have to build a bigger coop.
Buster, on the other hand, never even bothered to collect the eggs his chicken laid. She just kept throwing them at Uncle Louie whenever he tried to start his car.
I'm gonna have to start taking a frying pan with me.
Then one day, Mr. P returned from his journey, and he called Jasper and Buster into his office to see how they had done.
Well, how did it go?
Here, Mr. P, here's your chicken back. Plus the brood of chicks she hatched. And here's the money from the sale of the eggs.
Well done. You made a profit and increased the number of chickens. You're in for a reward. Well, how about you, Buster?
Look, see, I didn't want anything to happen to your chickens, so I kept it safe in my Uncle Louie's car. I mean, I know how touchy you can be.
What? Who said I was touchy?
I thought that was mentioned earlier. Well, anyway, here's your chicken back.
What? You could have at least collected the eggs she laid and given them to me. You were lazy and wasted what you was given.
You don't sound very happy.
That's because I'm not happy. Here's that swat I promised you.
No surprise there.
Mr. P gave Buster a swat. Buster went flying through the air. He landed on a dirt road where he was run over by a family of gophers.
Yep, he's touchy, all right.
In this parable, Jesus is admonishing us to engage in productive activity until his return. First of all that we have is not really our own. It was given to us by God. And God did not give us these things for us to waste or hoard or bury in the ground or to set on top of the engine of our Uncle Louie's car. But he gave them to us to use wisely and faithfully and ultimately for his glory.
I wonder if I can get this car to throw some bacon at me, too.